Hey everybody, welcome to the live streams of Global Trade Live. Today is 8th of February and we are now live in a new session over here, so let's get started. Okay, so let's have a look over here at GBP, JPY. So let's go to the monthly time frame over here and restart, do the fresh analysis from the start. So by looking at the monthly time frame over here, let's create a story of the candles, right? Because it's very necessary to uh, have a better trading decision. So sorry. So the all these monthly candles were creating a resistance over here, and like this candle went up from here, and the next candle went down, the next candle went up, right? So so what was happening over here is this becomes our first support, and over here this becomes our second support, right? So when the candles did rejected this area, then we can say that this becomes our resistance area, right? So the previous month's candle over here, all these three candles were okay because they were doing up and down movements, like the same kind of a movement. But the previous month's candle, it didn't went all the way down, right? Like this candle did from this area. So the previous month's candle did not went all the way down, and it closed with a huge rejection area. So this was all the rejection area over here, and it closed with a huge rejection area, right? So now the current month's candle, and what the current month candle did is it went down, created a lower wick, and it's moving up, right? So so the current month candle has broke above this high over here, now already tested this wick over here, right? Now what I can see this say is now the current month candle can go all the way up to fill this clean wick over here, right? And once it broke this high will be tested. So according to me, GBP JPY is in a buy trend. So I'm gonna note it down over here, like uh, what the trend of the monthly, what the trend of the weekly, or something like that. So we're gonna do that. I think we have some notes over here. Okay, so I'm gonna write it down. So first of all, I'm gonna remove these two things. So let's say that the monthly is bullish, right? Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Monthly bullish. Okay, so now after analyzing the monthly time frame, now I'm gonna go to the weekly, right? So this is our key level of resistance over here. So the monthly is at the resistance and it's trying to cross above. So if we switch to the weekly, let me just grab this monthly area. I want this area to be shown in the monthly only. So monthly is bullish, actually at the key level of resistance right now. So now if we talk about the weekly over here, sorry, so the weekly time frame over here, this is our area of resistance. The key resistance is there in the weekly time frame, and it came down. First of all, it went up, rejected this area, it came down, again gave some rejection to this area. That means this becomes our support, right? So this becomes our support, and the previous week candle closed like a strong bullish, and the current week's candle created a lower wick. Now we are not anticipating that the weekly candle will be reversing back and going down, right? Why? The reason is it has already created a lower wick, so I'm gonna take this as a signal that the market will be going up. First of all, it will be testing the tip of the previous wick, and after that, once it break that wick with volume, it will be going up to test this area of resistance over here. So that's my idea for the weekly. So the weekly time frame is also bullish, right? So now we know what the weekly, we know what the monthly is doing. Okay, we are gonna write those things down because those things gonna help us out, in making some good decisions. So so if we talk about sorry, so if we talk about daily now, so let's just zoom in a little bit. Okay, so what the daily time frame is basically doing over here is, let me just, so this is a level of resistance in the daily, right? So there is a resistance level over here, and now from here the market went down. This was a strong resistance here. From here the market went down, created a low over here. Now it created a low. It went up, created another support over here. Okay, created another support, went all the way up, rejected the same area, went down, but didn't went all the way down to this point. That means this is a formation of a support, right? So also today's daily candle has broke above the high of the yesterday's daily high, so that means a support has been, what the hell is doing, what okay, so this is a formation of a support over here, right? We can say that, yeah, we can say that. So now what I can see is I think that today's daily candle, if there will be volume, then it will be going to break these highs over here, and it will be heading towards this area. It will test this high. It might reject this area, but it should, or it may test this area, 156.900 or 157 area. So now we know that the daily is also bullish, right? Daily is also bullish. Let's just write it down. Daily bullish. So monthly bullish, weekly bullish, daily is also bullish. Let's go to the 4-hour now. Okay, so what the 4-hour is doing right now, 4-hour is basically testing this area of resistance over here. Okay, it's at the key level of resistance over here in the 4-hour, and what it did was earlier there was a area of resistance which broke by the 4-hour time frame, and now it tested that area, right? So from here the market can possibly move bullish in the next 4-hour candle, or maybe the current 4-hour candle might flip back up and make some bullish movement over here. So maybe that's gonna happen. Okay, So once it break these highs over here, what will be the point where the 4-hour time frame or 4-hour candle will be going? I think this will be the point where the 4-hour will be heading towards to. So not again. Okay. Okay. So now we know that where the 4-hour will be heading towards, and what basically it's doing right now, right? So for me, 4-hour, I can say that the 4-hour is also bullish. Why it's bullish? Because now it will be creating a second support maybe. So if there will be a second support formation, how that will be formed? If the next 4-hour candle will create a lower wick and break these highs, sorry, at that point our second support will be formed in the 4-hour. I'm gonna draw my first support over here, which is actually matching with this area. So yes, so I will say that the 4-hour is also bullish right for now. 4-hour bullish, right? So let's go to the trade execution time frames. 1 hour 30 minutes, let's say. Let's see what is going on in these time frames. So now what can happen over here? Basically, if we look for buys like daily, weekly, monthly, every time frame, 4-hour, all the time frames are really bullish, right? So if all the time frames are bullish right now, then let's see where we can actually take buys, right? So for that we need to look at the left, like where we are having our clean range and sort of those things. So if we look at the 1 hour, then let me just zoom in a little bit. So if we look at the 1 hour over here, then Azius, yeah, I was actually busy from the past few days, so that's why I wasn't able to do the live streams. So if you look at the left, then what is the area we are looking towards to? So the first area I'm gonna which will be for of my interest is this area over here. So I'm gonna wait for the market to cross above 156.450 area, to go for bullish, to go for buys. So but we need to find a clean range so that I can enter a trade without any problem, that I'm gonna have my clean range, and that range should be of a good range, right? Like for me, it should be above 14 15 pips. That range I'm gonna consider a good range, because if you are targeting 10 pips and then you're trading just 11 12 pips of range, if you minus spreads and everything, then the range will be coming out to be like 8 9 pips or 10 pips sometimes, depending upon the brokers. So we need to find our area of interest over here. Okay, perfect. So if we look above 156.450 area, then we have this clean range over here. Clean candles are there. Then I'm gonna mark my targets. So I'm gonna mark my targets over here in this area. And now we know that we have our clean range. The second step is that we need to measure the range. So this range is about 29 pips. That's a pretty good range to trade. And the good thing is, let me just enable all these things on the chart. Okay, perfect. So can I see this in full screen? How can I see this in full screen? Okay. Okay, so as you can see over here, monthly is bullish, weekly is bullish, daily is bullish, 4-hour is bullish. We are waiting for the 1 hour to go bullish, right? So what I did over here is I marked all the time frames. I gave all the time frames labeling so that it will be easy for me. Okay, and why I'm doing this It's just to show everyone that how you can make things really simple. Okay, now below 156.453, I don't care what the market will be doing, right? I really don't care. I only care above 156.453. So now we need to find some more information. Now we have our buy idea over here, right? So now, and this is according to the 1 hour only. We don't know what 30 minute is doing, what 15 minutes is doing. Okay, so now yeah, so now we need to look for some more information over here on the left, right? So what information do we have? We have all these candles, like multiple candles are there which rejected this area earlier, right? So also in this area, also in the current area as well, we have these candles rejecting this price over here, right? So basically if we get a candle closing above 156.450, if we get a candle like that, then it will be really great. But that should be a candle which should be closing nearby this area, right? So that we can have a good range to trade. But if I don't have that candle, and if there will be a point that I I have to think about that there should be an impulse entry, then I'll see about that, because an impulse entry should be above this area. So when the market will be crossing above 156.525, that area will be a area for impulse trade for me. So I'm gonna look at that later. So before that, I need to find out my selling range as well. So now let's again create a story about the candles. So there was a consolidation happening over here, right? Market went up. So went up from this area, right? So the market broke above this area. It created a support over here. It went up again. Then it's consolidating. So so what piece of information we just got over here is we got a clean range information over here. So we have a clean range below this area and this area, so we need to calculate the range as well over here. So this range is about 22 23 pips, you can say, and that's a pretty nice range. So we have our buy idea now, we have our sell idea now, right? So let me just clear this over here a little bit. Okay, So we have our area of support marked at this point, right? And sorry, yeah, this was our first support, and once this support will be broken, this will be our second support over here, which will be our target, right? All right, perfect. So sells below 156 and buys above 156.450. I want these to be only shown in 1 hour. So now we have this clean candle to cover up, and we have these the left clean candles to cover up as well. We have our idea for 1 hour. Also, we are gonna look at what the other time frame candles are doing simultaneously. So let's see. Okay, so if we talk about 30 minutes, then let me just get this in 30 minutes as well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna readjust, or let's just not adjust this. Okay, let's just do one thing. Let's just mark clean range over here, fresh area. So if we talk about support, then this will be the support over here for me, right? And the target will be right over here. So this will be the clean range which I can enter. So this is about 19 pips of range is there, so the range is pretty good for sells. And if we talk about buys over here, then we do have a clean candle over here, but the range is just 10 pips, so this is not for me. And let me just mark an area over here. So this will be the area of interest for me in 30 minutes. Perfect. So we have clean range to trade in the 30 minute as well, right? So I'm gonna just look at that. Also, I'm gonna just mark my targets. So this range now in 30 minutes, this range is about 24-25 pips, which is okay for me, not a problem. We just need 10 pips out of every range, so no issues. So this is a no trading zone for me, and I'm gonna buy above 156.500. I'm gonna sell below 150. Actually, yeah, 156. I'm gonna sell below that. So let's see what happens. So now we have made our analysis for GBP and GBP JPY. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna analyze GBP USD. Okay, let's just go to remove everything from here and let's move to monthly. So let's analyze GBP/USD now. So what GBP/USD is doing over here is there any news? Let's check over here. Yeah, there is a USD news in 59 minutes. Then there is a CAD data, exports, nothing much. So if we talk about the monthly time frame over here, then it was started from this area. So the market went down, created a resistance, went down, created another resistance, went down, then it went up from here. So this becomes our support. Yeah, this becomes our support in the monthly. Now what happened is this was another support over here, right, which the market broke. And yeah, so what was happening over here is market created a support and this candle broke the support, went all the way down, then this month candle entered inside that support area again, right? And the previous month candle, like, it closed above. So the previous month candle, it closed above that area, you can say, or something like that. So this becomes our fake out. Okay, if this becomes our fake out, then the current month candle, actually the thing is, let me just clean this thing over here a little bit, because that will help me in. Yeah, so the previous month candle, so this becomes, when this candle closed back inside the range, this becomes our fake out. But the previous month candle closed again below that area, below these bodies over here, right? So now, and it already went all the way up, it rejected this area over here. So this becomes our key level of rejection area. Okay, so I'm gonna just draw this area right like this. So now what I can assume over here is that the market went up. Now it's creating a higher wick over here maybe, and from this wick it can flip back down, break its own low and fill the wick of the previous month candle and go down. So that means I'm talking that GBP/USD might go bearish. But the confusion is this double fake out. Whenever the market do double fake outs, a lot of confusion is being created in the market. Like, we really don't know whether the market's gonna go up or it's gonna go down, because the things are not really clear. So how the things can really get clear? By dropping the time frame, right? So I'm gonna remove all these data from here, actually basically this data over here, from here, this data only, because now this becomes a range. This becomes a range for me. So I'm making things very, very simplified over here for me, because if the things are not simplified, then I'm definitely gonna make a mistake, and that mistake will be a loss. So we don't want to make some losses, so that's why we need to simplify the things. So monthly is question mark, we don't know. So if we look at the weekly now we have dropped the time frame. Let's see, now we will be having more information available to us, right? So what weekly did is, uh, market went all the way down, it created a low over here in the weekly, right? The market created a low, then it went up, it went down again. The previous week candle closed like a strong bullish candle over here, you can say. And the current week's candle has created a lower wick maybe, and yeah. So over here as well, this was our resistance area. So when the market was moving up, this was our resistance. Market broke above that resistance, and by going up it created a high. It created a high over here, then it reversed, back down. This weak candle closed below, under back inside the range over here, but the previous week candle closed back again up, right? And now the current week candle is creating a lower wick. So that means the weekly time frame is basically nothing but bullish over here. So now if we look at the target, so this will be our first target over here. Weekly is bullish for me, so I'm gonna write this down. Now monthly was question mark, and now we know where the weekly will be heading towards. Look, this is not 100%, right? This is the probability game we are playing over here. Weekly is bullish. So yeah, weekly is bullish. It can go up to fill the wick of the previous week's candle, and if now we have to switch to the daily. Sorry. So if we talk about daily, then daily created a low over here. It went up, there was a area over here. Now this is making sense. So market went up, broke this resistance, now went down. No daily candle closed below this area, right? That means a support is being formed. Candles are closing with the rejections. Today's daily candle broke above the high of the yesterday's candle, but it didn't broke the low. That means it's respecting the low, and that means a support has been formed, definitely. So what the market is doing over here is, so now from here we can expect the market to go up to test this area. Okay, so we have around, let's just calculate the range. So we have around 72 pips of range. From here, after crossing this area, it can go up to this area, but for right now we will just consider this area over here. So daily is bullish for me. There's no volume today. Okay, so let's just talk about the 4-hour, right? So what the 4-hour is doing over here is, 4-hour created a high. 4-hour created this high over here. It went down, it broke this area. It tested that area multiple times, then it finally created a support over here. So this becomes our range. Now if we adjust these levels over here, then yeah, so this is a range for me, right? So the market is ranging right now. Now the things, look how the things are getting really clear right now. Now the market is just ranging, and when the market ranges, we have this clean range over here to cover up. So once the current 4-hour candle flips back up and break its own high, it will be going up, definitely. So for me, the 4-hour currently is bullish. If it stays above, till the time it stays above 1.35445, it's really bullish for me. But if this 4-hour candle closes back inside the range At that point of time, I'm gonna change my bias from buys to sells maybe, but only maybe depending upon the 1 hour and the 30-minute time frame, obviously, right? So yeah, I'm gonna write it down. The 4 hour is bullish for me. So let's go to the trade execution time frames. Sorry. So now if we talk about the trade execution time frames, then we need to consider a few things over here. So first of all, every time frame is bullish, so we will consider the bullish idea first, right? So now in the 1 hour we have our area of support down over here, which was the resistance. So so let's see how the current 1 hour candle will be closing, because if it closes below this area, then the next 1 hour candle can, you know, possibly move down to fill this clean candle over here, but the range is 14 pips. So let's see. Okay, so let's see how this 1 hour candle will be closing. And basically this is a formation of a support over here, right? So we need a candle, like if a candle will be there and which will be breaking the high over here, then the range, yeah, there's no range actually. There's no range. So we have our actually this. So for now this is a resistance for me. So if we talk about sales perspective in the 1 hour, then if a candle closing below this area, then and the next candle breaks this low, we might take a sell entry over here, because the range becomes 14-15 pips. So yeah, also this will become a fake out as well. So market can go down to this level. Okay, so we have our sell idea as well, we have our buy idea as well. So we need this 1 hour candle to close above this area, but for you know, we will be getting more clear information. Look, 4 hour bullish, daily bullish, weekly bullish, every time frame is just bullish. So that's why I will really think a lot before taking a sell. I will really gather every piece of information available before taking sells. Okay, so now let's just talk about the 30-minute now. Sorry. So if we talk about 30 minutes over here, then there's a clean range. There is a clean range over here, right? So if I drop an area at this point, then yeah, now this makes sense. This makes sense to me. And so the market is basically, what the market is doing. So we have this clean candle over here, right? So how basically we can catch this clean candle? Let's just drop some areas. So the market was consolidating, right? So the market was consolidating over here, then this becomes our support area, and the market is rejecting this support area, right? So we have this clean candle. So we have, if we have a candle closing below 1.35381, then we might take a sell over here, but I'm not sure about that because this is just pure consolidation area over here. Look at this flat moving average and this zigzag movement. So I'll see if I can take a sell or not because I'm not sure about that. So let's just go to the 15 minutes. I think better sells will be below this area. The range is 14 pips, 15 pips. Yeah, we can consider this range a tradable range, so no issues. Okay, so I want this thing to be visible in 15 minutes. Yeah, okay, 15 minutes. So I'm gonna draw a area over here. So for me, sells will be below 1.35233. The reason is this consolidation area is there, so market can reject any point, like this point, this point, this point, this point, any point. So if the market does that and the range is not very good, like it's not like 30 pips or 20 pips, so that's why I'm taking this very very carefully over here. So market can easily drop down to this level. Yeah, see, I don't trade 15-minute time frames a lot, but sometimes we can take those time frames as well in consideration. So even though we have this clean range over here, I might or I might not take the trade because I'm not very very sure about this area. Market can possibly reject this area over here, yeah, which is just 9 pips away, and the total range is about just 13 pips of range is there, so I cannot take this risk. But yes, above 1.35548, this is the favorite range, 19 pips. So let's see what happens. So this was all about the analyzing the time frames and writing down everything, so that everything will be in front of your eyes, that what's happening and what's gonna happen. Thank you, Rohit. How long did it take you to become profitable? Buddy, it really took me around 4 to 5 years now, because everything starts with a piece of information only, and trading is really hard to do, really hard. It really takes time. The problem is not the strategy. Strategy is not a problem. Everybody's strategy, if you are having a particular strategy, it's also profitable. It's just that it takes discipline. It just takes discipline to do. You have to, you have to just be very very disciplined when it comes to trading or actually anything. But if we specifically talk about trading part only, then trust me, if there is a problem that can happen in your trading, then that problem will be there because of your bad discipline only. And I can bet that. I can really bet that. Sometimes you overtrade, sometimes you trade the wrong range, sometimes you just take the trade just because you need to just take a trade that day. That's the only reason. So it just takes discipline. Sometimes somebody's mood is really off, so he just go on the charts and take the trades, so just like that. So that's the problem. So I'm waiting for a confirmation over here, but the thing is, look, Now range becomes really less. It just Now it's just 11 pips. So this is a no trading zone for me. This is a no trading zone for me. This might be a trading zone for me, but that totally depends upon the 15 minutes and also on the bigger time frames as well. Okay, so we just need to wait for the market to enter a, enter our range area now. We have done the analysis, everything. Let's just wait and watch the market. Okay, let's just look at some other things as well. So as we can see over here, the 4-hour candle rejecting this area over here, and it went down, broke the low of the previous 4-hour candle. Now with volume, if it continues to move down on the lower time frames, like like if we talk about 30 minutes over here, then if this continues to move down, then this will be the point it will be heading towards. That means we are talking that this 4-hour candle will be going all the way down to this level. I really have a doubt about that, because the candle's average range is not that much, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh, look over here, GBP USD just went all the way down. Yeah, it went all the way down. Nice. But look over here, it's rejecting this area. It's rejecting this area over here. Yeah, so it's rejecting this area over here. So from here the market can possibly move up, that can also be the case, or it can, move down with volume. Anything can happen. So that's why it's really important to stick to the plan. Like over here, if we talk about this candle, then this candle is about to close, and this candle is closing above all these rejection candles. So this is nothing different from all the previous candles. This will only be different if this candle will be closing below like this. Yeah, it just closed below that area. Let's have a look over here. 1 hour. Oh, so the 1 hour candle closed like this. So now if the current 1 hour candle wakes up, breaks the low, then there is a possibility that it will move down. First it will go down to test this area. Let's have a look on the 4 hour. Daily, actually all the time frames are bullish. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for a 30-minute confirmation. Yeah, I'm not gonna trade the 1 hour confirmation. The only reason is, like, the previous candle did close below these bodies over here, right? It closed at the support. That's fine, that's correct, that's good. But the problem is, if we look at the 30 minutes, we have this area over here, and this area can be a problematic area. There is no range for me to take the trade. If I take a trade once this candle crosses below this area, then on the 30-minute time frame the market can go to this area like 4 pips down, and it can reject this area. So I'm gonna wait for 30 minutes to close below this area or somewhere around this area, so that I will have a proper clean range to the left. Yes, that's the thing I should do. Oh, look over here, GBP/USD also closed like this. Oh, look at this candle, man. Oh, but the range is just not there, so it's okay. Oh, so in the 1 hour it will be a wick fill. Alright, so I'm gonna switch to the 15 minutes, and I'm gonna just wait for the 15-minute to what just happened. So look over here, the previous candle closed with a no wick. That means there is 50-50 chance that the next candle will go down or maybe go up. So yeah, I don't think that I'm gonna trade the current 15-minute candle. Even though if it just goes down, then also. Yeah, the range is also not good. 11.6. Yeah, but by looking at this clean candle, yes, there can be a good trade over here. Let's have a look on the 4 hour. Oh, 4 hour is going all the way down from here. Look, this candle just broke the low. Let's see what this will be doing, because I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait over here, because this is a very strong support area, so I have to wait over here. Because the thing is, the 1 hour candle, this 1 hour candle over here, it can also flip up as well, and in the 1 hour the range is very small. Let's see what this will be doing. So by looking at this clean candle, this should go down to this level, but because of low range, I'm not taking this trade because market can reject after 6-7 pips as well. See this? That's why. That's why I just didn't took this trade. Because this is a very strong level in 1 hour. Yeah, so this is a no trade zone for me now because there is no range. So if we look at this area over here, there is no range as well. This is 16 pips of range. So I might try taking a trade, but if I have a candle closing below 1.34980, 17 pips of range is there, and after that we have this clean range. So let's see. But according to me, market will reverse back up.